Welcome back to You Can't Flim Flam the Zimzam. This is the...
What the fuck? Where do you get these from?
This is the... I don't know, the Great Bank Heist, whatever the hell this is called. This part of the game. Money playing. This is Mo Money, Mo Problems. Was that movie any good, Mo Money, Mo Problems? I never saw it.
There was a movie called Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Well, yeah, where do you think the expression comes from? It comes from the movie.
Oh, okay.
Let me know in the comments if Mo Money, Mo Problems is worth renting from Blockbuster.
Did Mo Money, Mo Problems give you Mo Money or Mo Problems when you were a kid? Let us know in the comments.
I feel like the people who made it probably got Mo Money.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it was a hit. It's like everyone's heard of it. So except you, apparently.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you, Will, aside from just now, where like somebody will say something you've never heard of, right?
Yeah.
And apparently it's like super famous, but it's just completely passed you by? Because that shit happens to me all the time.
Oh, like Glumbo, yeah.
What?
Yeah, Glumbo. You know, everyone's heard of Glumbo, right?
Don't fuck with me.
Sorry. What the fuck is Glumbo?
So, here's an example, right? I never heard Feliz Navidad until I was like 20.
Oh, really? Oh, I've heard of that one.
Just never heard it. And
Scarlett's heard that one.
I remember seeing an episode of Bob's Burgers where there was a Christmas song that Bob had never heard of called Jingle in the Jungle. And the same year, I heard that song for the first time. And I was like, oh, this is like Jingle in the Jungle. But everybody knew what the fuck the song was except me. And I've heard it every Christmas since. But I didn't hear it till I was like 20.
Nice.
So yeah, that's one. There's probably countless more. Oh, I didn't know who Ed Sheeran was. So when I watched that episode of Game of Thrones, I didn't care. And I was more surprised that Thomas Turgoose was in that scene.
Who?
The guy from This Is England.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was in the same scene. So I was like, hey,
Okay,
what the hell's he doing here? I haven't seen him in anything in fucking ages. Everyone was like, oh my god, Ed Sheeran's in this. And I was like, oh, who's Ed Sheeran? And somebody I was working with at my old job, I worked at Costa at the time. The person I was working with was like, oh, shut up, Jacob. I was like, what? I was like, oh, don't be a contrarian. I was like, what the fuck?
Contrarian?
I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you don't act like you don't know who Ed Sheeran is. He's the most famous person in the world. I was like, you may as well.
Most famous person in the
genuinely,
world?
they may as well have said Glumbo.
Most famous person in the world.
I remember the first time I heard,
funny.
and we were making fun of 30 Seconds to Mars on this channel, but like,
Well, I mean,
the first time I ever heard them, it was a similar thing. Like, I was just hanging out with this person, we were talking about music, and they were like, what do you think of 30 Seconds to Mars? Like, do you think they're actually good, or do you think they're overrated? And I was like, well, I don't think they're overrated, because I've never heard of them before this conversation. And they're like, oh, they're like the most, again, similar to the Ed Sheeran thing, they're like the most famous band in the world. And I was like, are they? I've never heard of them.
In the world, you say?
And then I heard that song, which has the samurais in the video.
Oh, no!
Thought, this is the most laughably
no.
pretentious garbage I've ever heard in my life.
Was that from yesterday?
Who cares?
Oh,
but
fucking hell, man.
The point was, it was awful. And it just was another reason to not like Jared Leto.
I mean, you know, he does that to himself anyway. He's a cult leader. He's
weirdo.
All-round general,
And
bit of a twat.
Reminds me way too much of Onision.
Oh.
Just immediately, I draw comparisons with them every time. So yeah, has that happened to you? So obviously you're fucking with the Glumbo thing, but like, has that happened to you where like something's been crazy famous and you've just not known what they were talking about?
If it has, I'm remembering.
So if it sounds like I'm begging for engagement, I genuinely want to know for the folks in the chat, like in the comment section rather. I do want to know that. Like it's interesting to me if you have an example of that.
Oh, is there something? See, this is a safe-looking thing. Throw that thing.
Oh, here's one. Another one for me. Blue's Clues.
Oh, I never watched that as a kid.
I didn't know what Blue's Clues was until that meme was going around of him being like, "Look at you and all you've accomplished."
Oh, okay.
And there were all these posts about how emotional it was. I was like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" He just looked like Lightning Lane to me. And like. Like, oh, it's Blue's Clues. I was like, that doesn't help me.
Just saying the word again doesn't help me. It's Blue's Clues. He's the guy.
It's Jeff Stirrup. He's another one of those all-star baseball players.
Oh, I think I had it in the chat the other day. Like people were saying, "You've never heard of this? You never heard of that?" And it's just like, no, like I never have. You know, it happens to me all the time. I I do not consume the media, as much as other people. I just
play games from like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I play video games from like 30 years ago and suck at them, but and kick. That's all I do. Oh, I think we're done with this level.
He's okay, folks.
He's okay. I need the key. So where's the key? You need a key, Bunny. All right.
I'm not your bunny friend.
It's gonna be one of these safes, I'm sure, but I just can't really see because of the camera.
Normally my instinct would be to make fun of you, but like, yeah, Toby, it's the camera's fault. But yeah, no, it is. Like, it visibly is.
Yeah, I mean, as I say.
What about that door? Have you been in there?
I've been in here. Yeah, it's like a middle room. Oh crap! Just walked into that. Didn't want to do that.
The doors should absolutely stay open once you kick them.
Yeah, they should. Oh, there's a hidden room over here. That's gonna be
Yay! I'm inadvertently helping.
Fucking right. Oh, I better get one of those. Just gonna chuck that in there. Bugs Bunny doesn't kill people, but just chucks bombs at people.
Well, he's blowing a lot of people up, but they're usually fine. They're usually just like sooty afterwards. There's the key. Nice.
There's a key. King! What happened? Oh! Hey, Jacob.
Yeah.
So I only listen to Looney Tunes music when I'm driving in the car, because as you know, it's a cartoon.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
What do you mean it's not good? It's alright.
Is that revenge for the vitamin ducks thing earlier?
It was actually, yeah.
Toby and I had some coffee earlier. I was like, vitamin D is actually short for vitamin ducks. Because they produce it from their medical bills.
It's very funny.
And I think he was considering setting me on fire.
I mean, the thought did very much cross my mind,
Instead, he waited until I'd almost forgotten and then said that shit about cartoons.
Oh, bollocks.
Did you fuck that, Toby?
24 karat magic in my hand.
Oh, 24 carats. That's clever.
Yeah, get it?
Because he's a rabbit.
Yeah.
You know what game's good? Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure.
I've heard it's very good.
It is good. We should play that. Eventually we'll get round to the games people are actually suggesting, but when we've done Battle for Bikini Bottom and Tiny Toon Adventures.
Hell yeah.
I am getting very tired. Do you know what? It occurs to me, I haven't eaten much today.
That's not good.
I think that's what it is. So why do I feel so sleepy? I'm like, because I haven't really eaten. I'm going to have some pasta when we're finished.
Probably yes. Have a nice pasta, mate, when we're finished,
like Ebola pasta.
No,
I said a bowl of pasta.
Oh, okay, sure.
What did you think I said?
Nothing. No, it's fine. No worries. It doesn't need to be said.
Okay.
It's yeah.
A strange fellow, Toby.
I'm not a fellow.
Oh. And you know what's doubly frustrating? That only works with your accent. I can't make that same joke. I can't steal that joke and claim it as my own.
Yeah, that's right. Give me that carrot.
That's 2 Othello references we've made on this show, because I swear we did a joke about, like, we said something about Iago on the puzzle, on the clock puzzle on the Resident Evil.
Oh yes,
I was complaining that you need knowledge of Shakespeare to solve a particular puzzle in Silent Hill.
Too,
I was like, that's not good game design.
Yeah, that's not.
But yeah, somehow we defer to Othello every time.
Why not? He's the boy, after all.
Racist.
All right. Silly mate, wasn't it? He's just bowling about, doing the thing.
Yeah, just at the speed of sound.
Yeah. Would you wear a brown suit, Jacob? I'm not sure I would ever get a brown suit.
I have worn a brown suit, but I wouldn't now. Is the thing. I feel like my taste has changed, or a better word for it is improved.
Yeah.
I've like uncucked my fashion sense. I would not wear a brown suit now.
Neither do I. Like I don't know what it is about brown suits. They're just
unappealing.
Visually
just unappealing.
Unrewarding to wear, you might say.
Yeah. Shut up, Mimsy.
Don't shoot me! Jesus. Get that rabbit, Mopsy! Just gotta wait for him to get worn out, if I believe, and then just kick him. Yeah. And then just jump on his head. Or just kick him as well.
Yeah.
I do. These two remind me of the Anthill mob in Wacky Races. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
I love Wacky Races. You know, there was, I think I talked about it before, there was Dreamcast Wacky Races
Yes,
game.
you said about the thing
Yeah.
with Dick Dastardly.
That's-
like
yeah.
He cheats, which is good.
That's just what Dick Dastardly does. You know,
There's
he cheats.
on episode 1 Racer on Nintendo 64, Sir Bulba can shoot fire out of his vents at you.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's, he's the only one who can do it.
Episode 1 Racist.
To be fair, I saw an interview with Peter Serafinowicz where he described episode 1 as being a multi-million-dollar minstrel show.
Oh my
And
god!
it's just like, that is wow.
Oh my god! Purple acid?
Well, you know, you don't have to worry about a story because we've got racist aliens.
I mean.
It's like, 'cause I think
Yeah.
Matt pointed out to me, I never noticed the Watto thing, but Matt was like, called him Space Bug Jew. That's like, that's, yeah.
Oh!
It's like Watto was a little anti-Semitic maybe. He's even got a funny little hat in the second one.
Oh! Well, I mean, I wish I
Anyway,
could say I'm shocked and surprised, but I'm not really.
What a note to end the episode on it.
Yeah, what an amazing note.
Hey, Star Wars is racist. That's the hill I'm going to die on today.
The anthill, you might say.
The Anthill mob. Did you ever see? It was like Wacky Races, but it was in space, and the good guy and bad guy were the same. There was a guy called Captain Good, and he was like an over-the-top like superhero parody, and he had an the Dick Dastardly sort of character. He would transform into him, and he was both of them. And it was like Wacky Races, but it was in space. If anybody knows what that was called, leave it in the comments. I could Google it, but I won't because my phone's on charge.
Was it called Spacey Racists?
It was definitely not called Spacey Racist. I can know with absolute certainty it was
Really?
not called Spacey Racist.
Okay. We'll see you next time.
See you next time for more space racism. That's also what I call astrology. It's like, oh, you're a Taurus, I can't be your friend.
It's like fucking ancient aliens.
So what's wrong with you? Sometimes I fuck with people and tell them the wrong star sign. They're like, oh,
Whose life is that affecting?
no, they're just like, oh, what? It's like, oh, you know, I'll say, oh, I'm a Taurus or Gemini. And I had a feeling you were a Gemini. I was fucking with it, but then I'm actually a Scorpio. Oh man, you wound me up. That's such a Scorpio thing to do. Guess what? I'm also not a Scorpio. Go fuck yourself. See you next time. Space Racism, the movie, the game on Sega Saturn.
The novelization. Buy it in all bookstores.
This sort of thing definitely is my bag, baby. Bye, Austin Powers.
Ah.